Well, prior to my yoga journey, I was a professional ballet dancer, and so for me, movement's been a very big part of my life, and not just movement, but quite extreme, intense training around movement. So I've done, years and years of practice with the Amrit Yoga, and that's touched me very deeply, and so that's always been there along the way. However, because of my years of being a professional dancer and also having practiced Iyengar Yoga for about 10 years and teaching that style, as well as working with Pranic Healing and all the different sort of trainings I've done, esoteric trainings that I've done that have just supported who I am and my experience of life, I naturally, I teach my Amrit and I practice my Amrit, but I'd also have my own expression of all of those worlds coming together. So it's really Prana Yoga is a culmination of my 20 plus years of experience in yoga and well-being. And so how it differs to Amrit, even though Amrit is essentially like the base of the practice, being meditation in motion and being a place where you can discover the experience of being, where it differs is that our exploration of postures. So a practice of Prana Yoga can be very varied in terms of sometimes it can be, held, supported poses where we're using props and it's, sort of technically quite precise. And other times it can really flow like either a dance or a vinyasa practice. And at the same time, whether the movements are being incredibly dynamic or incredibly still and supported, the posture of consciousness is still alive and awake. And I weave the philosophy of yoga into the practice in a very kind of subtle but quite profound way, so that the student is experiencing, without them even realizing it, they're experiencing consciousness, and they're experiencing, they're being invited to explore the subtlety of who they are. But because the postures can be quite intense and strong, and we explore lots of different postures like you would in Iyengar Yoga, for example, that it may seem that the postures are the focal point, but really as a teacher, my focus is where am I taking them energetically? Where am I taking them in terms of opening up more awareness and more consciousness, and really, allowing them to dance with me in that way. And I'd also feel that it's very good as a yoga student to be able to do it all in terms of, yes, you can do a slow, deep, even gentle yoga practice, and you can do a strong, precise, technical practice. You can use props, you cannot use props, you can flow, you cannot. So it's not to sort of judge what the form is, it's to go, I can do the form, I can be the form, but the essence is really the formless behind it. Which is what Amrit Yoga is as well, but in Prana Yoga we do explore more posture work and perhaps not go as deeply into the prana body, but it's still there. But there's a little bit more emphasis to the physical.